Birmingham's famous Legion Field. No debates, no speculation, just the info you need. That's your KBLA Sports Minute. I'm Ray Richardson. More news, opinions, and conversation when we come forward on KBLA Talk 1580.
If you missed the recent Left Coast Forum, then you really missed out. An insightful presentation from Professor Richard Wolff, a call to action from LA Mayor Karen Bass, an insider's view on Prop 50 and the government shutdown from Congresswoman Sidney Kamlager-Dove, and as usual, Dr. Cornel West brought down the House with a powerful closing keynote. And many of the plenary sessions were standing room only. Check out our social media posts for photos and video of what you missed at the Left Coast Forum and make plans to attend one of our upcoming events. Our next Altadena Town Hall is Thursday, November 6th, 4 to 6 p.m. at Victory Bible Church in Pasadena. We're going to interrogate SoCal Edison's settlement fund and see what's really going on with this fire recovery program. And our KBLA Talk 1580 Community Health and Wellness Fair is Saturday, November the 8th, 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. right here in Lamert Park at Catch at Audubon Middle School. All the details about these upcoming events can be found at our website, KBLA1580.com. So thanks again to all those who supported the Left Coast Forum, and a special thanks to our partners this year: the LA Progressive, the Empowerment Congress, Community Coalition, Southwest Voter Registration Education Project, Partnership for Growth, UTLA, LA Care Health Plan, Black Progressive Action Coalition, St. John's Community Health, the National Lawyers Guild, the Weingart Foundation, and the Liberty Hill Foundation.
On Thursday evening, November 6th, you're invited to the next KBLA Talk 1580 Altadena Town Hall meeting.
last week, and we got a chance to chat briefly afterwards, and how wonderful to share with you the spirit of my great friend, Jean-Michel Basquiat.
Yeah, which I never knew. Somehow I always get to go to your one-man shows, and they're always so powerful. I mean, it's, and I'm gonna keep it real. I typically don't like one-person shows.
That's what you told me. Yeah.
Yeah, but yours I run to go see. And I don't know what it is. I guess that's your skill. It's, you bring the person, you bring the character, the characters, they are there. So it doesn't almost doesn't feel like just one person show.
Oh, thank you. Yeah, I'd like to think that even though it's a so-called solo performance, it's an investment in any number of spirits, and I hope to bring that. I hope to bring that to the stage, and of course, I'm in collaboration with Mark Anthony Thompson, my longtime genius musical collaborator. We've done 17 pieces together.
Wow.
It's a great working relationship that I have with Mark Anthony, and he's in the house doing live sound design in honor of Jean-Michel Basquiat, which is the play that we're running at the Outside Inn Theater, a new, beautiful theater.
It's really nice. I had never even heard of it.
It's new. It's brand spanking new.
It's fancy.
This is the first season, and we're part of the inaugural season. It's right in Highland Park. It's Outside In Theater with an RE.org. Get all the info there. We're running through the 9th of November.
Yeah, so you got a few days after election to get out and see it.
That's right.
This one feels a little different than some of your other one-person shows.
Absolutely.
Partly, I don't know, I'm guessing, but you can fill me in. I didn't know you were friends like that with Jean-Michel Basquiat. I assume you weren't hanging out with Huey Newton or Frederick Douglas. So
I was hanging with Douglas.
You were?
Yeah.
Speaking of those spirits.
Hanging deep with Douglas.
Yeah, you're throwing back a few. I didn't, but that's got to be different, harder, I would think.
Well, the interesting thing about this piece compared to my other pieces is that there is self-revelation. I am, in essence, playing Roger. I'm Roger playing Roger. I usually am not doing that. I'm, invested in some other story, some other era, some other character, historical personage. But here I'm talking about a real friendship with a real person who was very close to me. We influenced each other. We saw certain things in each other that we recognized, I think, in ourselves. And I thought that it was time to tell this story as only I can tell it, because I was the only other person in the room.
Right. But did it hurt? Was it painful? I mean, that's a friend that was really close for you that you lost.
Of course, I'm the surviving friend.
Right.
And to know that he is no longer with us, even though we lost him some years ago, is still something that has to be negotiated emotionally. But I hope that, again, I'm working in the great spirit of this fantastically talented, prolific, disciplined artist who left us such a great legacy of work. Not just as a painter, per se, but he was also a poet, he was a philosopher, he was a political animal who made his mark on this world indelibly. And just last week, in fact, they renamed Great Jones Street in downtown Manhattan Jean-Michel Basquiat Way.
Which is a huge deal. It's not easy to get a street named after a person.
This is where he lived and worked. And
and to put it in context, Jean-Michel Basquiat was a counterculture figure. He was not mainstream artsy, especially back then, right, when he was living there. People love to flock to his shows now, but I just, you knew him. Do you think he would have ever in his wildest dreams imagined having a street named after himself in New York?
Well, I think that he wanted the world to be named for him.
Okay.
And this is why his signature emblem was the crown, which allegedly came from Little Rascals, because they always showed the crown at the end of that cartoon. But I think that he really aspired to a certain royal status, and I think that he deserved that. I think that his work was not just about the crowning of oneself, but the crowning of one's culture, the crowning of one's generation. He went to museums as a child. His mother, Mathilde, who was a Nuyorican woman who was from Brooklyn, took him to museums, and he always remarked that he didn't see anybody who looked like him in the museum. And his father, Gerard, Haitian, came from a great legacy, a revolutionary legacy, to Brooklyn from Haiti. All of those influences flowed within his household. So you heard French, you heard Haitian Creole, you heard Spanish, you heard English, you heard all kinds of music, from Haitian music to Puerto Rican music to classical, so-called music, blues, jazz. All of that influenced Jean-Michel to ascend to the throne that he vacated tragically early.
In Honor of Jean-Michel Basquiat is a play created and performed by Roger Guenveur Smith. He's here with me in studio. You're welcome to weigh in here at 800-920-1580 or hop in the YouTube comments section. I see you're already there. They got a few things to say to you.
Okay.
We'll keep the convo going when we come forward on KBLA Talk 1580.
A safe place to go loud. A great place for progressive politics. KBLA Talk 1580.
On Thursday evening, November 6th, you're invited to the next KBLA Talk 1580 Altadena Town Hall meeting. This time we're convening at Victory Bible Church, 1497 North Hill Avenue in Pasadena. The town hall will once again be broadcast live on KBLA Talk 1580 from 4 to 6 p.m. on Thursday, November 6th. But you're invited to join us in person for this urgent and necessary community conversation. The theme for this Altadena Eaton Canyon Fire Town Hall is Understanding the Wildfire Recovery Compensation Fund. The primary focus of this gathering is to inform residents about Southern California Edison's newly launched Wildfire Recovery Compensation Program and provide clarity on eligibility and the claims process. There are plenty of questions to be asked, and only KBLA Talk 1580 has the right moderators to ask the tough questions, the right stakeholders and community activists to share their insights, and we have confirmed the participation of corporate executives from Southern California Edison to answer our queries. So be sure to join us at Victory Bible Church in Pasadena, 1497 North Hill Avenue on Thursday, November 6th. The event is free and open to the public, but registration is required at KBLA1580.com. That's KBLA1580.com. Light refreshments will be served immediately following the live town hall. This KBLA Talk 1580 Altadena Rising Town Hall is brought to you by the Black Freedom Fund. Hi, this is Dominique DePrima. Is your loved one at the hospital or in a nursing home? Have they developed bed sores, fallen, or worse? These are things your family members should be protected from. Bed sores, falls, and dehydration are almost always the result of negligent care. If this has happened to your loved one, call Zoran at Basic Law Group at 800-215-1234 or visit basiclawgroup.com. The consultation is free, and if they don't win, you don't pay. That's 800-215-1234 to reach my friend Zoran at the Basic Law Group.
Is reviewing life insurance on your to-do list? Now's the perfect time to add it. A friend recently told me that securing life insurance sooner rather than later can help you lock in lower rates for years to come. So I bumped this up on my list and got it done. I called SelectQuote and couldn't believe how easy and affordable life insurance is. I'm 40 and got a $500,000 policy for $16 a month. My husband's also 40 and his $500,000 policy was only $18 a month. Plus, with SelectQuote's same-day coverage, there was no medical exam required, and we were covered by the time we hung up. Knowing I have this checked off my list feels amazing, but the peace of mind knowing my family is protected feels even better.
Call SelectQuote at 1-800-729-7070. That's 1-800-729-7070. Or go to SelectQuote.com to get your free quote today. That's 1-800-729-7070. Details on example rate at SelectQuote.com.
Thanks for waking up with Dominique DePrima on KBLA Talk 1580.
Roger Guenveur Smith is here. The show is in honor of Jean-Michel Basquiat, as created and performed by him. You can see it at the Outside In Theater. They also spell theater R-E.
R-E.
I think Ben Guillory was explaining why that is to me last week. You went to Yale. You probably know.
Well, if you're an Anglophile, you spell it with an R-E.
Got it. So I didn't realize you did a lot of work in Jamaica.
I have done
years.
a lot of work in Jamaica. In fact, I did a great film there by a great Jamaican filmmaker by the name of Storm Salter, called Better Must Come. And it investigated 1970s Jamaican politics, and I played the Prime Minister of Jamaica, Michael Manley, in that. But I've done a lot of work, particularly at the Calabash International Literary Festival, which is a yearly or bi-yearly festival on the south coast of Jamaica in a beautiful place called Treasure Beach. And if you were looking at where the Hurricane Melissa hit, you know that it did the landfall right there on the south coast of Jamaica and swept across the entire island. It's on its way to Cuba right now, and will probably be making its way up to the Bahamas and Bermuda. It's a crazy global warming moment for all those who are in denial out there. Please know that what is happening is something that hasn't happened for eternity since the records have started.
I mean,
185
mile-per-hour winds is diabolical. I can't even get my mind around what that looks, sounds, feels like. But you're talking about the climate emergency and how it's easy to just say, "Oh, they have storms there," but this is next level.
This is absolutely next level, and unfortunately, a lot of what has been shut down that would have gone to the assistance of Jamaica is no longer.
The USAID funds.
Absolutely.
Foreign aid.
And this is exactly what it was intended for. So we got to step up. The American Friends of Jamaica, which is...
you said AFJ, theafj.org.
Theafj.org. You can go straight to that and hit them and make a contribution, because they definitely need our assistance.
That's a really good tip, because a lot of times people don't know where to turn, and they end up going to these big international organizations where it doesn't help.
This is very simple. You can go right in there and press a couple of buttons, and it's done. They definitely need our assistance. We have pulled so much love out of Jamaica.
No doubt.
For so many generations. I had the opportunity to see the late, great Robert Nesta Marley at the Harlem Apollo Theater.
Oh, I'm so jealous.
On 100 and... Well, you're so young.
We'll go with that narrative. That works for me.
But that was a mind-blowing experience. Yeah. And Bob and his comrades came with it and spoke to us in a way that no one else has ever spoken to us. And we owe it back to the roots of that consciousness to support our Jamaican sisters and brothers in this moment of need.
Yeah. I can tell you're really feeling it right now because you've been there and you know the land and you know the people.
I know the generosity of the people.
Yeah, well, we can give that in return. I love that you've given us that resource, the afj.org. I'm on there right now. They make it very easy to donate.
Yes.
To your friendship with Jean-Michel Basquiat, which gave birth to this piece, and I watch you do the piece. You're always a powerful actor. You know, you're classically trained, all that good stuff. But it seems like there is another gear here because, well, you said you're looking at yourself, which is you're always supposed to bring yourself to every role, right?
Yes.
But you also...
This is the only tool that we have. It's
the only instrument you got.
It's the instrument, yeah.
But there's a way of exiting the building in a sense, right? If you're Frederick Douglass, if you're taking the parts of yourself that resonate for Frederick Douglass, you still move into the background some kind of way, right?
Right.
What are you hoping to work through or get to here? I mean, I've lost a bunch of friends, Tupac.
Sure.
And then famous friends that you share with the world. And there's...
And not so famous.
And not so famous friends that you don't share with the world, but there's always maybe survivor's guilt or unfinished business, unsaid things, stuff we owe them on some level. What are we working out here with your friend Jean-Michel?
Well, first of all, the piece is bookended by a father and a son. It's a father, ostensibly my own father, who says, you get something that they cannot take away.
To me, that was one of the most powerful parts of the show. It was like you bringing your father to the stage.
Well,
boom, pow, wow.
He brought me in, so
Yeah.
as he says ostensibly at the end of that first piece, why don't you play something out for your friend Jean-Michel and play something out for me? Anybody going up? Anybody going down? That's a reference to working in an elevator, which was what my brother did actually in Washington, D.C. When he was working his way through Howard University. But I think that the elevator motif is something that is very interesting in this particular moment, because as my father, my mythological father says to me, I don't regret it. I saw that power has its ups and downs.
Yeah.
And then, the other bookend is Jean-Michel and his father, Gerard, who came here not knowing the English language, worked very hard, wanted to be an accountant, became an accountant, very successful one, and didn't necessarily want his eldest surviving child to be a nappy-headed artist.
Yeah.
He was of the Haitian bourgeoisie, and expected that all of his children would follow in their father's footsteps to, ascend within the American dream. And Jean's dream was different from his father's. But when Jean made it, that first big gallery showing, he rented a limousine. He was dressed beautifully. And the sun was coming up. He went and knocked on his father's door and said simply, "Papa, I made it. I made it, Papa."
Yeah. Roger Guenveur Smith is my guest. This show is in honor of Jean-Michel Basquiat. It's a really personal piece, exploring his friendship, but also this who's become a larger-than-life figure. I had the opportunity to see the show that his family mounted, and it was a whole time travel experience for me. We'll continue our conversation with Roger Guenveur Smith when we come forward after news, traffic, and sports, only right here.
She's reclaiming her time on KBLA Talk 1580. More First Things First with Dominique DePrima when we come forward.
I'm Bree Wood with BIN News Now. 25 states are suing the Trump administration over the suspension of food aid during the government shutdown.
100% unequivocally, USDA does not have the $9.2 billion that it would require.
The lawsuit demands the USDA use emergency funds, calling the cutoff illegal and dangerous. Black Dallas principal Chandra Hooper Barnett was removed from Woodrow Wilson High School in Texas after holding a meeting with only black students, blaming them for the school's lower state accountability rating. She later apologized, and the district has named an interim principal while reviewing the incident. And Jay-Z is defending Bad Bunny as the 2026 Super Bowl halftime headliner, saying they love him. Don't let them fool you. Critics, including President Trump, want a different artist. But Jay-Z's Rock Nation and the NFL are standing firm on the Puerto Rican star's selection. Get BIN News Now on demand 24/7 on the iHeartRadio app.
Every day, a child in poverty waits for a sponsor is another day of hopelessness. There are thousands of kids who've been waiting over a year. End their wait. Sponsor a child with compassion today. Just text the word radio to 83393.
Is this the time? This is the KBLA Sports Minute with Ray Richardson.
If the Dodgers repeat as World Series champions, they will have to do it in Toronto. The Dodgers' 6-2 loss Tuesday night in Game 4 ensures a Game 6 in Toronto on Friday night. The best-of-7 series is now tied at 2 apiece. For one of the few times in this postseason, Dodger star Shohei Ohtani did not have a dominant performance. He gave up 4 runs and 6 hits in 7 innings of work, and he was 0 for 3 at the plate and struck out twice. A very important Game 5 is at Dodger Stadium tonight. First pitch at 5 o'clock. The final attendance numbers are in from Saturday's Magic City Classic in Birmingham, Alabama. The popular HBCU football game featuring Alabama State versus Alabama A&M drew a crowd of 69,372 at Birmingham's famous Legion Field. No debates, no speculation, just the info you need. That's your KBLA Sports Minute. I'm Ray Richardson. More news, opinions, and conversation when we come forward on KBLA Talk 1580.
Our communities have been through too much to let our voices be erased now. Prop 50 is how we push back against the rigged maps, the rising costs, and the attacks on our health care and our rights. I'm Senator Lola Smallwood Cuevas. Join me in voting yes on Prop 50 because we deserve to choose who speaks for us. Ad paid for by California for All of Us, supporting Prop 50. McKenna Ballot Measure Committee. Ad Committee's top funder. Faith votes yes on 50. Sponsored by LA Voice Action and Progressive Era Issues Committee, supporting yes on 50.
Hi, this is Dominique DePrima. Is your loved one at the hospital or in a nursing home? Have they developed bed sores, fallen, or worse? These are things your family members should be protected from. Bed sores, falls, and dehydration are almost always the result of negligent care. If this has happened to your loved one, call Zoran at Basic Law Group at 800-215-1234 or visit basiclawgroup.com. The consultation is free, and if they don't win, you don't pay. That's 800-215-1234 to reach my friend Zoran at the Basic Law Group.
California, this is your moment. The special election is November 4th, and your vote helps decide your future, your community, and your state. Drop your ballot at a secure drop box. Visit an early vote center or mail it. Your participation powers democracy. Every ballot makes a difference. Tell a friend to do the same. Sign up at where'smyballot.sos.ca.gov to track your ballot. Make your voice count. Don't delay. Vote today. A message from the California Secretary of State.
KBLA Talk 1580. We've got a lot to talk about.
KBLA Talk 1580, connecting you with services and solutions. Worried about eviction? You have rights, and Stay Housed LA can help. Stay Housed LA is a partnership between LA County, the City of Los Angeles, and local service providers. From Lancaster to Long Beach, we're here to help you with tenant education workshops, legal clinics, free legal services for eligible tenants, and online resources about tenant protection laws. Don't face eviction alone. Call our hotline at 1-888-694-0040. That's 1-888-694-0040. Or visit stayhousedla.org. Stay Housed LA, keeping Los Angeles residents in their homes. Stay Housed LA, your rights, your home, our community. This is a community call to action from KBLA Talk 1580.
You're still glowing, flirting, grooving. You still got it. But your immune system weakens as you age, making it harder to fight flu, pneumococcal pneumonia, RSV, and COVID-19. Vaccines are a key part of any health routine and help strengthen your immune response. Ask your doctor or pharmacist which vaccines you need. Schedule in minutes at vaxassist.com. Sponsored by Pfizer.
Hey, listen to this. All I needed was a new starter. Got a great deal on eBay. Did it myself.
Yeah, that's cool. But how about the soft purr of an upgraded exhaust when it fits just right?
For me, it's the little things, like these new windshield wipers from eBay I installed.
From small fixes to big upgrades, eBay has all the parts you need at prices you'll love. Guaranteed to fit every time. eBay. Things people love. Eligible items only. Exclusions apply.
We're not for everybody, but we're for everybody. You're listening to KBLA Talk 1580.
Roger Guenveur Smith is here, and guess what? What? Guess what? He's got a new show in honor of Jean-Michel Basquiat. It's happening right now at the Outside In Theater, which is really fancy and nice. And you have a surprise for us?
Oh, yeah, we're going to give away tickets.
What? We got a pair of tickets to in honor of Jean-Michel Basquiat. We'll take caller 15. Caller 15 right now at 800-920-1580. 800-920-1580. Call Miles, and you can don't harass him, but be caller 15. You can get a pair of tickets to see the show at this beautiful theater. You have done, obviously, film. Most people know you from the Spike Lee films. They know you from TV. You've done everything from sitcoms, Different World, to soaps, to dramas, to HBO. I mean, and you keep doing theater. I find a lot of actors, have the challenge of sitting and waiting for the next opportunity or auditioning or constantly wondering what's on the horizon, but you stay busy. Is that because of not wanting to sit on your hands, or is that just because all these things are coming out of you and they have to be in the world?
Well, yeah, it's a practical way of self-employment to get out there, not having to audition for myself, to be able to create these roles for myself. And it's also an opportunity for me to make what I think are essential statements. I trained as a historian initially.
Right.
I am the guy who read the Encyclopedia Britannica for fun when he was a kid, along with playing ball. So it's an opportunity for me to combine all of my interests. And, if I get to do a couple of films, a couple of TV shows along the way, so be it. But this is something that I can do for myself independently, and hopefully something that continues to resonate beyond the stage and onto the screen. We have a Huey P. Newton story running right now on Hulu.
That's got to be wild, because you were the one that made that happen, and then it went.
And Rodney King is on Netflix.
Yeah.
Both of those were, of course, directed by my good friend Shelton Jackson Lee, a.k.a. Spike, and scored by my brother, Mark Anthony Thompson.
For film.
For film.
Because when they came to the stage, those were projects that you brought to the stage.
That's right.
Yeah. So it's interesting that it goes the other way around, too. It's not just director to you, it's you to director.
Yeah.
That's dope, actually.
Yeah, I'm glad you recognize that.
Yeah, I mean, I really think that, Yeah. Okay. Let's see who's got these tickets. KBLA Talk 1580. Who's this? Oh, would that count as caller 10? No, that doesn't count. KBLA 1580. Who's this?
Felicia.
Felicia, your caller 10. Try again. KBLA Talk 1580. Who is this?
This is Jewel.
Jewel, your caller 11. We need caller 15 right now for a pair of tickets to see in honor of Jean-Michel Basquiat. Is that this weekend they get to go?
Yeah, they can go this Saturday night at 8 o'clock in honor of Jean-Michel Basquiat, the Outside In Theater. So make sure that you can come this Saturday at 8.
KBLA Talk 1580. Who's this? Hello? Yeah, you're right. You were caller 12. KBLA Talk 1580. Who's this?
Hello.
Hi, you're caller 13. Not lucky today. KBLA Talk 1580. Who is this?
This is Jewel.
Jewel. Oh, you speed dialing, Jewel, but I hate to tell you, you're caller 14. And KBLA Talk 1580. Who is this? Yeah, it's a game show. Hello?
Hello there. Did I win those tickets? This is Morris. I'm going to file a complaint if I don't win them tickets, Dominique. So what's up this morning?
Lucky for me, you're caller 15, so you won't have to file a complaint.
American. All right. My wife's going to really enjoy this event. Look out. I'm telling you.
All right.
All right. So, Morris, stay on the phone. We'll get your information, and you'll have tickets to see in honor of Jean-Michel Basquiat on Saturday night at the Outside In Theater. And you'll enjoy it. So stay on the line. Let Miles get your info.
I love you, Dominique.
Congratulations.
Talk to you later.
All right.
Hope
love you more. And he loves you too. Roger.
We'll see you there. All right.
You know, people think of you as being a New York guy because of all the Spike Lee stuff. But you went to Loyola High School.
And I grew up about 3 blocks from where we're sitting right now.
You're in Leimert Park, brother.
One of the first film experiences that I had in memory was going right here across the street to what was then called the Leimert Theater.
Wow, the Vision? Not the
Vision. I'm talking about before the Vision.
But it's the same location, right? It was the Marla Gibbs Theater.
Yeah, it's that building.
The Leimert?
It was called the Leimert Theater.
Oh, Lord.
And
I did
my
not know
mother
that.
took me to see Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs. And the witch came out, and I got scared, and I ran down the aisle and into the street and into the little park right here with the fountain.
Wow.
So the cinema was obviously very effective.
Impactful.
On my emotional.
I mean, but you are literally a Leimert Park legend. People don't know that.
Well, no, I think a lot of people know that, especially the people who know me from my work with Ben Caldwell right here at Chaos Gallery. Ben and I have done a tremendous amount of work together right here at his great studio, Chaos Gallery, which of course hosts Project Blowed, the legendary hip-hop workshop right here.
Yeah, and he is so prolific. He's just doesn't stop.
He's a mentor to a couple of generations of artists, and really happy to be in communion with Ben. We just celebrated his 80th birthday. I'm looking at 1580 KBLA.
Wow, congrats. So, I did not know he was in the 80s. You're getting a lot of love here. People have seen various various shows, including the Huey P. Newton story, either on stage or on television. Jacqueline wants to know: do you listen to jazz? Do you listen to music like that?
If you know what bass line that is, you too can win a ticket to see in honor of Jean-Michel Basquiat.
Oh, we got another pair of tickets.
Oh,
right
yeah,
now?
this Saturday night at 8 o'clock. Now listen deeply, all you jazz heads out there. Listen to this bass line. Boom, 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 boom. Boom, 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 boom. Okay, I'll give you a cue. All right, the bass line was composed by an artist who grew up right here in L.A.
Ooh, that's not narrowing it down too much, but okay. Get you some tickets. 800-920-1580. I like that question because I know, watching my father, who's a poet, and my mom, who's also a poet, they fed off other people's art. My mom was always at museum shows, and she told stories about going into the studio of her friends, like Cecil Taylor, going in there and listening to them play and just sitting there and writing.
Last Sunday night, sitting right up in theater, was a guy by the name of Branford Marsalis.
Wow.
And he was there with his entire quartet. Okay.
To see the show.
To see the show, to experience Basquiat. And then, in turn, I went to check them out at the Blue Note, the new Blue Note Club here in L.A. And it's always instructive to me to listen to jazz artists because I think that they are ahead of what we word people are trying to do. I always learn by listening to Branford, particularly in multiple takes. For example, on a Tuesday night, he'll play, I don't know, April in Paris, okay? And then Wednesday night, he'll play the same song, but he'll play it completely differently, but with the same emotional and rhythmic resonance.
I mean, I think you do that, too, as an actor.
I aspire to it.
KBLA, who's this? Who's on my phone?
Felicia?
Felicia, what you got?
Billy Higgins?
No. Billy Higgins?
I'm just guessing. That's the first thing that came to my mind.
No.
Nice try,
What
though.
instrument did Billy Higgins play?
Oh.
Played the drums.
Drums, yeah.
Okay.
All right. This is a bassist, okay, who grew up in L.A. He was born in Nogales, Arizona, but he grew up right here in L.A.
Now we're getting more hints.
Ooh.
It's so Felicia didn't get it, but she keeps trying, so I got to show her some
Thanks
love.
for calling.
So you can call us, try to get these tickets, 800-920-1580, 800-920-1580.
He was very close to another musician by the name of Eric Dolphy.
Ooh.
And when Eric Dolphy passed, he screamed, "Take me with you, Eric." And then he jumped into Eric Dolphy's grave.
Such a sad story.
It's a beautiful story, though.
Yeah, KBLA. Who's this? Who's on my phone? Good morning.
This is Sam. Sam from L.A., Dominique.
Sam from L.A. What you got for us, Sam?
Oh, that's too easy, man. I'm a jazz aficionado. He's talking about Charlie Mingus.
There you go.
Charlie Mingus.
Charles Mingus. And what's the name of the song? What's the name of the song, bruh?
What it? Wait a minute. Fables of Farbers. Wait a minute. Wait a minute. Wait a minute. Oh, you want the song or the artist?
What's the name of the song? You told me the artist, Charles Mingus. For extra credit for extra ticket.
Oh, okay. Let me see. Wait a minute. Wait a minute. Is that Mingus? Wait. Okay, it's not the,
Michael says,
not the Orange Fisherman.
born April 22nd, 1922, Nogales, Arizona.
You know a lot about Mingus, though. I'm going to give you that credit, bro. And just because you know about Mingus, you're a Mingus head, you think you can handle 4 tickets?
I want to.
Huh?
Okay.
You got 3 friends. You got 3 friends, Sam.
You got 3 friends.
You got a woman and 2 friends.
You can do a double
How many
date.
tickets is it? 2 or 3?
I say 4, brother.
He's willing to give you 4 because
4.
you're such a Mingus guy. But that, I got to make sure you got enough friends to bring.
You can do it this Saturday night at 8 o'clock. You can organize a quartet.
No, brother. To be honest, I'll be honest with you. I don't think I really ain't got but a couple of partners. They not in the jazz.
So Sam, stay on hold and we'll work it out with Miles. We'll get your info. We'll make sure you
let me
get your
tell you the
tickets.
name of the song.
Yes.
Haitian Fight Song.
Okay. He didn't make it easy for you. Roger Guenveur Smith is my guest. And we'll continue this conversation wherever it takes us when we come forward on KBLA Talk 1580.
More of First Things First with Dominique DePrima when we come forward.
Donald Trump has all but declared war on California, sending in the National Guard, blocking disaster relief, and cutting funds to our colleges. And now, he and Texas Republicans are trying to rig the next election by stealing congressional seats from black voters in states like Texas.
They want to rig these elections, and they want the power that gerrymandering provides.
Seriously, look it up. But Prop 50 is how we fight back. It gives Californians the power to fight fire with fire and beat Trump at his own game. Prop 50 creates temporary emergency congressional maps that level the playing field and protect the power of black votes. Not just in California, but across the country. Your vote matters, and the whole country is counting on California to lead. So use your vote to protect our power, our history, and our future. Vote yes on Prop 50 by November 4th. Ad paid for by Yes on 50, the Election Rigging Response Act, Governor Newsom's Ballot Measure Committee, Ad Committee's top funders, HMP for Prop 50, and Fund for Policy Reform.
Our communities have been through too much to let our voices be erased now. Prop 50 is how we push back against the rigged maps, the rising costs, and the attacks on our health care and our rights. I'm Senator Lola Smallwood-Cuevas. Join me in voting yes on Prop 50 because we deserve to choose who speaks for us. Ad paid for by California for All of Us, supporting Prop 50. McKenna Ballot Measure Committee. Ad Committee's top funder. Faith votes yes on 50. Sponsored by LA Voice Action and Progressive Era Issues Committee, supporting yes on 50.
Hi, this is Dominique DePrima. Is your loved one at the hospital or in a nursing home? Have they developed bed sores, fallen, or worse? These are things your family members should be protected from. Bed sores, falls, and dehydration are almost always the result of negligent care. If this has happened to your loved one, call Zoran at Basic Law Group at 800-215-1234 or visit basiclawgroup.com. The consultation is free, and if they don't win, you don't pay. That's 800-215-1234 to reach my friend Zoran at the Basic Law Group.
The conversation continues right now with Dominique DePrima on First Things First.
Okay, so Roger Guenveur Smith is here. He's an actor, a director, a writer, and a historian, even though your degree might not say that. Clearly, you are one of those. And I guess the best actors are, in a way, right? You got to do your research. You got to know where you are situated in history.
Well, if you're creating your own work, yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
And I feel very blessed to be able to do that, to be able to combine my interests. And what blew my mind when I saw the Basquiat family collection here in LA and in New York as well was the recreation of their living room. And in that living room was the same edition of the World Book Encyclopedia that was in our home in Los Angeles. So we were in communication far earlier than we would have suspected when we met on the dance floor here in LA.
Yeah. Well, and you guys, you know, your friendship, you're carrying it on in this tribute. And by the way, if you want to see it, Roger's been very generous. We have another pair of tickets for Caller 15 right now at 800-920-1580. 800-920-1580. Morris says, give the tickets to Michael. Well, Michael, call us, and we got a pair for you right now. I think about when I saw that show, it was like time travel for me because of, you know, the time that I spent in New York back and forth, having a parent there and stuff, and just the sort of early days of hip hop, right? Because there's a lot of hip hop and street culture in Basquiat's work and in that exhibit, and how when I said he wouldn't have dreamed, maybe he wouldn't have dreamed he had a street, I wasn't saying because he didn't deserve it, but because hip-hop culture was not accepted then. Now it's in the mainstream. It's everywhere. Yeah. It's corporate.
And
but
that's
it wasn't
how we met, really, because I was rapping as Holly Watts. That was my rapping name, because that's where I grew up, right here in Leimert Park, which is halfway between Hollywood and Watts. So that was my rapping name, right? And his name in New York had been Samo. And when he came out here, I had no idea that he was an ascendant art star. I just thought he was a cool club kid. And he said that I like your energy. Let's go to the movies. So we went to see King of Comedy. crazy moment. We walked in, we were in the last row in front of the projectionist, and his dreads were projected in silhouette onto the screen. So that was our first encounter. And then we actually went into the studio. He had some dub tracks for me, and I laid down some raps. And he did a great song called Beat Bop, which featured Ram LZ and K-Rob. It's a classic, and he did a beautiful cover for the record, and that's a classic too, a collector's item, of course. So yes, we were definitely influenced and influential in the early days of that movement.
Yeah, for sure. That's how I met you. My sister said, "Hey, a friend of mine is going to the Bay, and I want you to meet him." And I think take him somewhere, take him to see Bay Area hip hop.
Is that what we did?
Yeah, you don't remember that? I remember. I took you to some crazy underground warehouse type joints. But anyway, I when you see now the mainstreaming of not just that culture but of Basquiat, and people claim Jay-Z is biting his hairstyle, and other artists are biting his artistic style. And how do you feel seeing that sort of, I guess, I don't know if it's influence or appropriation or whatever of Basquiat's?
Well, I don't think that you would be doing your job if you didn't get bitten a little bit. So, he left us with a great legacy of style. In fact, I went to the theater a couple weeks ago, and I had my show shoes on, and I went home wearing my show shoes, but I neglected to come back the next day with my show shoes. I had my sneakers on, so I knew I couldn't do the show in sneakers, so I did it barefoot. And it felt right. And then I thought, oh, okay. There was a famous picture of Jean-Michel in probably an Armani suit sitting in his studio on the cover of the New York Times Magazine, and he was barefoot. And I said, oh, okay. That's what I have been provided by the spirit of this man in this moment. And now I'm doing the show barefoot.
Yeah, when I saw it, you were definitely barefoot.
Yeah.
So you never know what might happen. The communication between you and Jean-Michel apparently continues.
Absolutely. I would hope. That's a true blessing. And as you look at the picture here, you go to the website, outsideintheaterre.org. You'll see a picture of the two-headed monster there.
Yeah, Roger and Jean-Michel. It's a great picture.
Roger.
And the show is continuing through November 9th.
And then we go to New York City.
Congrats.
Yeah, we opened there November 7th at the New York Theater Workshop, which is a beautiful theater which is run by my sister, Patricia McGregor. And we're really looking forward to being right there, just 2 blocks away from Jean-Michel's studio on the street, which is now called Jean-Michel Basquiat Way.
That's going to be wild for you, just walking down that street.
How about that? And yeah.
Are you on social media? Can we track you there, or just pay attention to the reviews? Keep listening to KBLA.
No, come on. I'm old school. I'm ancient school. So check me on Facebook.
Okay, he's on Facebook, or just go to the Outside In Theater.
Outside In Theater.
See the show. Yeah, in honor of Jean-Michel Basquiat.
Yeah.
Outsideintheater.org. Yeah. Thank you so much for coming in and
That's it?
hanging out. Isn't
We're
that
just
crazy
getting
how
started.
fast the hours goes by? Yeah. Well, stick
Thanks
around
for
here
having
too
me.
long. Tavis will try to get you to host a show. So.
Oh, I did Tavis last week.
No,
It's always great to be in conversation with him, and I understand that he will be coming to the show this Saturday night as well. So all y'all out there who are getting those tickets, you'll be in the presence of
Mr. Smiley.
Good peoples.
And who knows who else. And we
who
have
knows
one more pair right
Come
now
on.
for caller 15. Thank you for being so generous, Roger
course.
Guenveur Smith. A lot of folks will go. You can call me, tell me how it was. Let's talk about it. Right now, though, Tavis Smiley is up next. He's in the bullpen getting ready. He's got a great show on tap for you. Don't forget to check in with me on social media. I'm old school and new school at the same time. Find me at Deprima Radio, DIPRIMA. And then radio, please like, subscribe, and follow.
Oh, yeah. First you say Hollywood, and then you say Watts. Put them both together, then what do you got? You got Hollywatts. Yo, baby, that's me. Rapping on the mic at KBLA Talk Radio 1580, y'all.
Until next time, one love.
KBLA 1580 Santa Monica.
I'm Bree Wood with BIN News Now. 25 states are suing the Trump administration over the suspension of food aid during the government shutdown.
100% unequivocally, USDA does not have the $9.2 billion that it would require.
The lawsuit demands the USDA use emergency funds, calling the cutoff illegal and dangerous. Black Dallas principal Chandra Hooper Barnett was removed from Woodrow Wilson High School in Texas after holding a meeting with only black students, blaming them for the school's lower state accountability rating. She later apologized, and the district has named an interim principal while reviewing the incident. And Jay-Z is defending Bad Bunny as the 2026 Super Bowl halftime headliner, saying they love him. Don't let them fool you. Critics, including President Trump, want a different artist. But Jay-Z's Rock Nation and the NFL are standing firm on the Puerto Rican star's selection. Get BIN News Now on demand 24/7 on the iHeartRadio app.
Every day, a child in poverty waits for a sponsor is another day of hopelessness. There are thousands of kids who've been waiting over a year. End their wait. Sponsor a child with compassion today. Just text the word radio to 83393.
This is the KBLA Sports Minute with Ray Richardson.
If the Dodgers repeat as World Series champions, they will have to do it in Toronto. The Dodgers' 6-2 loss Tuesday night in Game 4 ensures a Game 6 in Toronto on Friday night. The best-of-7 series is now tied at 2 apiece. For one of the few times in this postseason, Dodger star Shohei Ohtani did not have a dominant performance. He gave up 4 runs and 6 hits in 7 innings of work, and he was 0 for 3 at the plate and struck out twice. A very important Game 5 is at Dodger Stadium tonight. First pitch at 5 o'clock. The final attendance numbers are in from Saturday's Magic City Classic in Birmingham, Alabama. The popular HBCU football game featuring Alabama State versus Alabama A&M drew a crowd of 69,372 at Birmingham's famous Legion Field. No debates, no speculation, just the info you need. That's your KBLA Sports Minute. I'm Ray Richardson. More news, opinions, and conversation when we come forward on KBLA Talk 1580.
You ready? You're invited to the KBLA Talk 1580 Community Health and Wellness Fair on Saturday, November 8th, 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. Catch at Audubon Middle School in Leimert Park, 4120 11th Avenue. Join us for a day of health, healing, and community connection.